fully healed up plus, and his desire, it appears, to be back on the basketball court. Like I feel like if he wants to play tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Everybody knows exactly what's going to happen. We're not going to ever ask him to come back. We're assuming he's not coming back, and we're not even going to have any discussions about it. If at the end of, at some point, he's going to be ready to come back, whenever that is, we'll get 5 doctors' opinions. We'll ask him how he feels, and then we'll all decide jointly, let's do this, whatever month that is, whenever that is. But there's no discussions in the meantime. I mean, he's expected to not be here this season.
High noon, Jones and Keefe here on WEEI. That was Wick Grossbeck this morning on the Greg Hill Show. If you missed any of it, Odyssey app, AUDACY, get it on your phone. Free, easy, you can take it with you wherever you go. Use the rewind feature and listen to all of Wick. Turp, you were here for that. Pure Hoops with Turp returns with basketball season. The Celtics returning tonight. You said there's some discrepancy about what Wick was driving, from what I've heard.
Yeah, I think he meant more so that there's no expectation for him.
No. I'm saying what Wick was driving for a vehicle. There's some expectation about what that was.
I thought you were talking about that. Yeah, there is. The big debate is the color of it.
Oh,
I mean,
boy, that should be the easiest.
I couldn't decipher the make and model. I could.
Yeah, you and college / real life Tom are debating.
It was not red.
You're saying it's not red.
No, it was orange.
This is like
it was red.
This is like a burnt orange. This is like a blue dress, gold dress.
It was it Laurel or Yanni? So if we can't come up with the color, I feel like we have no chance to make a model.
He's hung up on like the make and model. We're not worrying about that. I probably misdiagnosed that. But we'll go with the color was orange.
Bare bones.
Yeah.
How many wheels?
4.
4 wheels. Okay, good.
4 wheels.
So now we're talking 4 wheels.
I believe 2 doors. 2 doors.
How many doors?
2 doors.
Oh, 2 doors.
Just use answer 2. Wow.
Yeah.
Do they go up like the DeLorean, or do they
It
go?
might have been. I missed that part.
Okay, all right.
But there were 2 doors.
Self-driving?
Didn't get the plate numbers.
I like to think Irv just drives him wherever he goes.
I don't think Irv drives them.
It feeds him
Well,
his
there was
food
an
and
Uber
things
out
like
there
that.
at the same time.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, oh, what's this?
But
busy.
That answer jumped out to you from Wick about Tatum and his return.
Yeah, and then when you kind of think about it, I think Wick more so meant that there's no expectation for him to come back, more so than he's not coming back. And, the thing is with the Tatum return is all the speculation of him coming back this year has been driven by him and only him. No one else has really put that out there. I know the Celtics won't go out and explicitly rule him out for the year, but he's the only one saying that he wants to come back this year and is really pushing for that. So I still think there's a chance he does. I mean, somewhere in the February or March range, and by all accounts, it appears that his nonstop rehab is on the right track. But again, he's the only one fueling that speculation.
So he did say he has a date picked out.
Yes, he has a game that he wants to play.
He has a game that he wants to be back at home.
At home.
So, I mean, I think Wick answered that the right way. Like, it makes no sense for anybody other than Tatum to say if and when he's coming back.
Well,
Plus, there's so much time for setbacks and whatever else, so you don't want to circle a date.
But then he contradicts it, and he's like, well, we're going to have 5 doctors, and we're really going to cry. And this is like what Shams has said before, where he's like, we're going to have a whole team of people making a decision. It's like, why? He's cleared, and then if Tatum wants to do it, he should play. What do you need that many people for?
He does seem, way ahead of schedule. Like every step of the way. Like when they showed that clip of him running up and down the court, then they showed that clip of him dunking, flat foot dunking. I was like, okay, I like that. And so if they want to hold him out for the whole season, I honestly wouldn't have a problem with that because that's usually the nature of this injury. But if he thinks he can come back in March and just don't play him in back-to-backs or whatever, do it.
I'm a little different on that, and I think that if he's fully cleared and 100% healthy, he should play. I mean, I look at it almost like a phone charger, right? You leave your phone on the charger overnight. Once it's at 100%, it's not going to go any higher. So what's the point of keeping him out? If he's 100%
if I'm being
cleared,
consistent, though, I do leave it way past 100%.
Oh, well, everyone does because you're sleeping.
Yeah,
but it's the sense that it's not going to go any higher. So if he's 100% healthy, what's the point of not having
filling up your gas tank, trying to just more than top it off, and you got gas spraying out of the car, the whole thing.
But regardless of how the team is performing, wouldn't you want him out there, kind of relearning his body, acclimating to the pace of play?
Yeah, no, you're right.
My answer is yes. Is there any scenario where the team says we'd rather have the lottery pick than him coming back, and Tatum and the team could disagree on that?
I just don't think they're going to be bad enough to be in lottery contention. I mean, the core that they have with Pritchard, White, and Brown is just too prideful.
I don't think so either. But what if they're on the cusp and they're like, Tatum definitely takes us out of the lottery? And just picture that scenario. Could you see Tatum and the team not on the same page?
Possibly, but I also don't think he's going to come back and be an all-NBA player. I think that's part of it as well. In fact, he could hurt them in the sense that he's going to be playing a little bit slower, and it might result in some losses.
Depending on what kind of role
in
they're
that
on.
sense, depending on the loss. Like, I mean,
clip that headline.
There's the headline.
No.
Colon, Tatum could hurt Celtics.
No.
Let's put that on social.
More so with
That's
the pace they want to play at, the style they want to play. It's going to take him time to acclimate to that. So more so, like, if you're trying to get him involved and stuff like that, maybe it could hurt them in that sense. I don't think it would. Obviously, you're adding an All-NBA player, but it could. I just think this year, if he's healthy, he should play.
All right, what's it going to look like in the front court? Because I feel like everybody's going to feel good about the guards that they have, and we can get into like who starts, who doesn't, and all that stuff, but who's getting rebounds? Who's guarding the other team's big men? What is that going to look like early on in the season?
Yeah, the rebounds is going to be a problem for this team all year, especially on the defensive glass. I mean, Jason Tatum's their best rebounder. Kristaps Porzingis was their second best on a per-game basis, and Al Horford and Luke Cornett were second and third in totals last year. Like, the personnel is just not there, and they're a much smaller team, and defensive rebounding is something we're going to talk about with this team for the entire year. It's going to lose them games. That's just the reality of it. So they're going to have to make up for it in different areas, and that's going to be forcing turnovers. That's going to be grabbing offensive rebounds, and the answer to the rebounding is it's going to be a collective effort. I mean, Derek White led them in rebounds a couple times in the preseason. Like, everyone's going to rebound 1 through 5, and if you don't, you're going to be pulled on the bench.
So you're saying tonight, hypothetically, take your Embiid overs? That's what you're saying?
I'd probably lean that way, yeah. And this is as healthy as you're going to get Joel Embiid, right? And
it's true. It's downhill after
the
tonight.
guy won an MVP 3 years ago. He just hasn't been able to play.
Like,
when he's on the floor and when he's healthy, he's dominant as can be.
No, he's very good.
And this is as healthy as he's going to be. They're going to have their hands, full with him tonight, but it's going to be a 1 through 5 thing. It's not one specific guy shutting him down. Like, they're going to mix and match different coverages and try their best to slow him down.
Is there one guy though out of like the Keita, Boucher, Garza, like Tillman group that you think could be the most consistent, or is it literally every night it's gonna be a different guy that plays?
They're going to need it to be Neemias Queta.
Okay.
They're going to need it to be him. I mean, he's the closest thing to a true center that they have.
Yeah.
I mean, Boucher's going to be great, but he plays more of the 4. Like,
Right.
I don't think that's necessarily his game. So I think they're going to need it to be Neemias Queta.
Text line, this is a good question for you, Keefe. Turp, rather. Sucker's bet or buying opportunity. I put half a ham, parentheses, a link, question mark?
No.
No?
$5 is a link?
An Abe.
Oh. Yeah, maybe. A link. I get it.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's just say half a ham. That
I
works.
put half a ham on Keita to win most improved this year at plus 6,000.
I would actually sprinkle, if anyone's going to get votes for the Celtics for most improved, I think it's Josh Minot. I think people are really going to like him.
The lawnmower, man.
And he's lived up to that nickname throughout the preseason. The way the guy plays, just hustling on the glass defensively.
It's a great nickname.
I think if anyone's going to receive votes for that award that's on the Celtics, it's Josh Minot. People are going to be really surprised with this kid. I think he's going to be very good.
Before we get to some superlatives, and not to tell anybody how to do their job, but there was one question you wanted to hear from Wick today about the luxury tax. They were asking about the second apron. You're curious about if the Celtics or how they will approach the luxury tax around the trade deadline. They have to be below it by then, or else they'll owe what?
So if they're roughly 12 million, it's like 12.1 over the luxury tax right now, 4 million above the first apron. So if they keep the roster as is right now and they are over that luxury tax line, they'll owe almost 40 million, 39.5. So I wonder.
So who are you looking at come trade deadline time if Bill Chisholm, which he probably wants to do, and I'll say this for you, wants to get below the luxury tax? Who are we looking at that could go?
It would be Anthony Simons. I mean, he's on a $27.7 million expiring contract, and every team at the trade deadline is going to be looking for shooting. And this is a guy who I think is going to fit offensively great into the system, and I think defensively as well. It's going to help playing around Derek White. Joe Mazzulla has been fantastic on the defensive end, like with his scheming. And so they finished second, and fourth in defensive rating his 3 years here. It's gone overlooked because of how good they've been offensively, setting NBA records for most efficient offense and three-pointers, whatever it may be. But defensively, they've been fantastic as well. So I think Anthony Simons is going to be very good for this team, and I think they could drive up his value a little bit. And that's something I'm going to be looking for. I mean, if they don't view Simons as a long-term fit to this team, I can definitely see them moving him, not even necessarily to get under the luxury tax, but to also just gain further assets. And maybe that depends on how the team's performing. But if they view him as a possible contributor to this team, maybe they extend him in the offseason.
I'm happy he made it to this point because there was a lot of fear, like, guys like George Niang and some of the other ones they brought in, they might just dump him, right? They might, but they still have him.
Yeah.
So I thought that was as good as you were probably going to get in return for Drew Holiday.
So fun to watch.
Yeah, he's great.
Like, the offense has been as advertised. I mean, he was one of 20 players last year to make 200 threes. Before last year, he averaged 23 straight years. Like,
so Mazzulla's
he's a professional bucket getter.
Mazzulla wants him. He's going to fit into Mazzulla's
defense
style.
has to hold up.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's true.
Mazzulla has more of an emphasis on defense than he does offense.
Well, he was screwing up the rebounds.
And the rebound. That's I said, that's going to be an issue all year.
Simon's going to put that to the test. So it's Pure Hoops with Turp, high noon. Every Wednesday, you got questions for Turp, 617-779-7937. Questions about tonight, questions about the season. Feel free to ask away. But let's do some Celtics season superlatives. We can hash these out, all three of us. If we got to break any ties, we'll bring in Billy. Where are we starting, Keefe, with our superlatives?
Let's go right with the big one. MVP. Team MVP this year, I feel like it has to be Jaylen Brown. And if it isn't,
tell us why it wouldn't be Jaylen Brown.
I agree with Jaylen Brown. I actually think he's going to get back on the All-NBA team this year. Assuming he reaches the 65-game threshold, he should absolutely get on.
Yeah, all right, that's an easy one.
So honorable mention, though, would it be Derek White? Like, who would be next on the list?
Yeah. Probably the next guy, would be Derek White. He might win something else coming up on this list. But I think MVP should for sure be Jaylen Brown. And if it's not, then there's a real problem.
Then they are in the lottery, and they are telling Tatum
either he's hurt or he had a bad season.
Do you guys think he gets back on the All-NBA?
I do. Yeah.
I mean, he's had a case the last 2 years, and we went through it last year. He had an outside chance last year. The year before, in 23-24, he might have been snubbed for Devin Booker.
I think he should be. If he's not,
especially this year with no Tatum, and if they are decent, if they're a top 6 seed, then they'll look to him.
The only thing I'd worry about is if they do struggle and they do start to embrace a tank, which I don't think they would.
So they shut him
does
down.
a sprained ankle turn into a 6-week thing? And he doesn't reach the 65-game threshold.
Maybe. All right, so Jaylen Brown's team MVP. What else?
All right, we might already know Terp's answer to this one, but most improved, they still give that out. NBA award, most improved.
Well, if he's going to be most improved in the whole league.
You go lawnmower?
Is that your answer?
That's my pick for the Celtics, yeah.
I mean, let's think of who else it could even be, Keefe. I don't think Simons or Pritchard would qualify. They're already good qualified NBA players.
What about Garza?
Garza's a great one.
Like Garza's going to get opportunity, isn't he?
For sure, yeah. Tillman. Keita, that's another one.
Yeah, so
Shireman.
I was thinking of all the bigs. Shireman should be in the mix there. So Garza, I think, is a good one. You want to? I'll defer to Turpo on this.
I'll go. I'm not feel strongly
Let's
about.
Let's go with the lawnmower.
Lawnmower's on there.
All right, plug it in.
All right, defensive player of the year. Who will be the Celtics defensive player of the year?
I think this one's easy.
Derek White.
Derek White.
Got
to be Derek White.
He led the preseason in blocks. He averaged 3 a game. He's a guard.
Yeah,
he averaged 3 blocks a game.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, he and Drew Holiday was as good of a defensive backcourt as there's probably been.
Right.
Like, that was awesome. And so you lose a little bit of that, obviously, with Holiday gone. But
there's a dearth of other options. I mean, who is even on the list aside from that? Jaylen has been a candidate to be all defense in the past.
He got all defensive votes 2 years ago, I think it was.
But I don't think there are many.
Keita, a little bit of a
Keita the eraser for Simons.
I don't think
no
so.
nominees for Simons.
I don't think Simons will be
most improved defensively. Sure, maybe.
Peyton Pritchard.
It's not an award.
Okay. All right. So Derek White gets defensive player. All right. 6th man of the year. They had the NBA 6th man of the year last year in Peyton Pritchard. Do we even know yet? Is he going to start or is he going to come off the bench?
Pritchard's going to start.
He's going to start. So is Anthony Simons coming off the bench?
Yeah.
I wrote this in my article this morning. Okay. 10 bold takes on weei.com. I walked right into that one. Yeah. Anthony Simons, if he sticks around, I think could win 6th man of the year of the NBA.
So they're going to have the 6th man and the most improved.
2 of the last. Well, no, I'm saying Josh Minot could.
He might get.
I don't think he's going to win. I don't think
he's
going to win.
No,
sprinkle.
But
sprinkle.
Anthony Simons. I mean, 2 of the last 3 years, it's been a Boston Celtic.
Yeah.
Malcolm Brogdon and Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, Brogdon retired. You see that?
Yes.
Brogdon
didn't want to be a Nick.
Hanging up the shoes.
I didn't realize that was a non-guaranteed deal.
Sneaky, horrible teammate.
Turns out horrible teammate.
And a bona fide coach killer.
Yeah.
Malcolm Brogdon. He's had like 10 coaches in like 9 years.
He seemed like such a good fit when they got him.
No,
at the time.
Bad
it got
teammate.
Worse. Yeah.
Coach killer.
No, I'm with you. If Simons, because I would have just had Pritchard come off the bench and do the same thing he did last year. But if they decide they want to start him and they feel like he earned that or whatever, great. Simons should step right into those shoes, and he's going to have plenty of opportunity to score.
Just looking at the numbers from last year, and I know he's a start. He started all 70 games last year, but Simons averaged 19.3 points, 4.8 assists, 2.7 rebounds. Pritchard last year in a 6th man of the year, award-winning year, 14.3 points, 3.5 assists, 3.8 rebounds. Can Anthony Simons get to those numbers? Absolutely.
Yeah.
What did Pritchard set? Was it like 3s off the bench?
3s off the bench,
He had like almost...
Yeah, get ready to shatter that.
I was going to say, Simons was like, okay, what's the number? He's like, I'll chase it down.
Is Hauser going to start?
It's going to switch. I actually believe Joe Mazzulla when he says it's going to switch every night. Like, there's not going to be a set
it's like the Red Sox
rotation, a set starting lineup.
We actually might have 12 starters.
So I think Hauser, my guess is by the end of the year, I think most of the guys on this roster would have made at least one start.
Okay, but Hauser's not really going to qualify as a quote-unquote 6th man because he might start a lot of games.
I think he's going to start, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go with Simons.
What else do we have?
All right, we have the Kia Clutch Player presented by Kia. Who do you got? I have one.
I think it's White.
I think it's Derek White as well.
Derek White.
He's had a legitimate shot to win it the last couple of years. Just the league award.
He seems like he has had some monster shots. We go back to the playoffs, like the crazy tip-in that he had. But even still, like, as good as Jaylen Brown is, and we went over the numbers before. Remember early last season when Tatum missed a couple game winners, and we're like, oh, maybe Brown actually maybe deserves more of these. But like Derek White, well, he's got that in him.
This is going to be interesting. Does Jaylen defer in these moments this year because this is his opportunity to really be the guy without Tatum? Does he really take over in these? So Jaylen's going to have a real opportunity to be clutch this year. We can really evaluate him in the clutch.
Key clutch player.
But I think the key clutch player is Derek White.
And statistically speaking, when Jason Tatum has been out, it's Jaylen's playmaking that has gone up. His assists have trickled up. So I think it'd be more of that.
Oh, nice. So you're saying Jaylen over assists tonight, assuming he plays.
Assuming he plays. I think he does play. Okay, he's practiced in full the last 2 days.
Those may or may not already be in a Jones parlay with the Embiid overs. I think it was set at 5.5.
I think he.
I'm sorry, 4.5.
6.
Yeah, I took him at 5.
So you have Embiid points and rebounds over, and then
I upped the Embiid points and rebounds to 30 and 10, and I took the Jaylen assists, all parlayed together, plus 900 if you want to ride. What else do we got?
Rookie of the year. Who will be the Celtics Rookie of the Year?
And what are our options?
Max Shulga, Amari Williams, and Ugo Gonzalez. Only one of those players is on a standard deal.
We're going Ugo?
Yeah,
is it Ugo?
Oh, I thought it was Hugo.
No, Ugo.
Definitely not Hugo. I knew that.
No, obviously.
Ugo.
That's day one.
I thought it was Hugo. Mr. Ugo. What is it again? Mr. Elastic Hands? What do they call him? Elastic.
What has he got? The same size hands of Taco Fall? Something like that?
Oh,
he's going to contribute.
Nice, or maybe not.
No, maybe a mess.
He's going to contribute, and it's been tough. Yeah. And obviously the roster that they've had played into this. But
you're asking, do I think he's going to contribute? I don't.
No, he's going to.
I don't.
I think he's going to.
He's telling you that he is. He's not asking you. He's telling you that he is.
I'm telling you, I don't think he will.
I mean, Baylor Shireman played 31 games as a rookie last year. I think it was like 12 for Jordan Walsh in his rookie year, 9 for J.D. Davis. And granted, those teams were a lot better, and the circumstances will allow for him to play minutes, especially if they're going deeper into the rotation this year. But yeah, I think he's going to play. I think he could play like north of 50 games this year.
Wow. In your face, Jones.
I mean, okay, so
why don't you suck on that, Jones?
Contribute meaning he'll play in games or actually be like somebody who's contributing to the team?
He's going to contribut. Oh, yeah. No, he's going to play and
feel like
contribute.
If they're all guards and Minot is going to get some most improved player of the year, like how's he going to get these minutes?
Well, he's going to play as a wing. He's actually very, very versatile.
But I'm saying that's
defensively what they want to do. They're going to go deep into the rotation. But
Minot and White and Brown and Baylor Shireman, all these guys are going to factor into guard wing minutes. So I don't,
Simons, Pritchard.
I don't know where the minutes are, but all right, Turp.
But they're going to go deep into the rotation.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be surprised. Like, they're going to play 11, 12 guys. They're going to go really deep. There's plenty of opportunity on this team.
Okay, 2 more.
Yeah, Turp, you've seen all these guys very up close. Who's your coach of the year for the Celtics?
Well, it's going to be Joe Mazzulla.
You go Mazzulla? Okay, sure. Good about that.
Honorary mention, Craig Lushinat, the director of player development.
I'm sorry, who?
Craig Lushinat. He's the director of player development.
Okay.
It's a big year to development the players.
We'll give it to Mazzulla.
Sam Cassell?
But he's on watch. Yeah, Cassell, Godsham, God Jr.
Godsham, God Jr.
Emil Jefferson. Now we know all these guys. All they had to do is
we
put
really
in work in a media
Who was the
game.
other guy from West Virginia?
Oh,
Deshaun Butler.
Deshaun Butler.
Yeah, maybe.
He can shoot that thing.
Yeah. He can pick your pocket.
That too. And show it on the Jumbotron.
All right.
2 other questions for you that we'll throw on the graphic as well at Jones and Keefe on Twitter and Instagram. All-Stars. How many All-Stars will they have and who will they be? I think Brown is an obvious one. We have him as the team MVP. We have him All-NBA. So he's an obvious one. I think Derek White cracks it this year.
I don't.
I think Derek White gets in this
year.
In
your face, Jones.
I'm outvoted.
Brown.
All right,
Brown
so
White.
Hugo's gonna have a big year, and Derek 2 All-Stars on this team.
Well, he was an Olympian for God's sakes. I mean, people tried getting Derek White as like an All-Star snub the last even couple of years, but you had Tatum there, so White's stats are going to go up. We've seen games where Tatum hasn't played. White is going to be an easy 20-plus point per game scorer. That gets you at least on the radar.
But you guys know how NBA All-Star teams work, too, where it is related and correlates to how good your team is, and they're going to be a way worse team.
Okay, now we lead into the last question. Where do you think they finish in the Eastern Conference? I still think they finish 6th.
6 sounds right.
Yeah, I think 6 does sound right. I think it's just outside of the play-in. I think that's how they're going to look.
If you finish 6th, I think you can get 2 All-Stars on there.
You could. Yeah. I don't think they will, but they could. But I'm outvoted. I'm outvoted. So we have the Celtics as the 6th seed. We have 2 All-Stars. Joe Mazzulla, Celtics Coach of the Year. Honorable mention to who again?
Craig Lushinat.
Okay. Craig Lushinat, shout out.
Ugo Gonzalez.
Do you think the crowd will go,
Ugo though? Maybe.
Probably.
They should. Yeah.
He's their rookie of the year. Clutch player Derek White. Six-man Anthony Simons. Defensive player Derek White. Couple of honors for him. Most improved, the lawnmower, Josh Minot. And Celtics MVP is Jaylen Brown. That is Pure Hoops with Terp, some Celtics superlatives. It is brought to you by Shaw's and Star Market. Proud to be local since 1860. Terp, good stuff. Anything else?
No, I got nothing else.
Okay. He emptied the tank.
I emptied the tank.
Who wins tonight, Celtics or Sixers?
I think that's a game they can win. I really do. At home, I think they can win, and they're going to need a couple wins here early. I mean, we've been talking about it off air in the last couple of days. Like, their schedule to begin the season is very, very difficult, and it starts tonight with Philly. They get New York.
4.5 point favorites.
4.5. It was 2.5 last night.
4.5 right
now. Any betting advice on the over? Is there any time to get on the over specifically?
I like the over tonight.
No. I'm sorry. The over. I asked this poorly on win total.
Oh yeah, I'd wait a little bit. Wait until after November 1st.
Terp wants to wait 6-7 games into the year.
What's that, like a week?
the win total's going to dip,
then pounce,
and then
6 after,
and it's a real buying opportunity
after the Philadelphia Halloween in Philadelphia Friday night. They come back November 1st and play the Rockets. After that stretch, buying opportunity.
Okay, good to know. Check out Terp on Twitter at Justin M. Turpin. Check him out all over weei.com as well.